Hello, I'm Sebastian Andrew. You might hear a bit of thunder in the background because I'm doing this during a storm. Andrew seems to think that the power is going to go out, so that we need to record this before it does. I feel the need to apologize for the last video. Apparently I became a convention of spirits who all decided to try and stick their 3 cents in, and it got a little confusing. At least it did to me when I watched the video later. Which I did. I don't usually watch my videos, but I watched this one because I couldn't remember what had happened. And I wanted to see what had transpired. And there were a lot of spirits trying to talk about variously stupid things. So, but that's what you get when you have a channeler who has no real protection. I have a basic protection spell up, protection field more like, up against malevolent spirits. But the fun and silly ones can slip in and generally make life interesting. And they did during that video. So there's that. Another update. Instead of doing a long and boring video on light and sound machines, I have uploaded an AVE guide, which is audiovisual entertainment or entrainment, depending on which way you want to look at the E. But it's AVE, and it's on the Facebook group. So you can go to the Facebook group, join the Facebook group. Don't have to say anything, just join it, and you can download the file and read about light and sound and how it's used to help the mind. So there's that. Now today, I'm going to talk about my always favorite subject, portals. But this one's a little different. Instead of talking about the big portals that are dotted all over our lovely planet, I'm going to entice you, I hope, to imagine smaller ones. Those lovely little portals that we all create when we use our imagination, as in reading or playing games or daydreaming. Because you see, we as magical, energetic beings have the ability to create what I basically call mini portals. And they're not very long lasting. They're not like the permanent one. But we can create them and go through them into the worlds created in books or in really good movies that you get entranced by, or in our daydreams. And the reason I'm bringing these up, and there's more to this, but the reason I'm going into this is because I have started something that's a little bit different for me, in that I am doing a world building experiment from the underground up. I don't usually world build before I start writing. I usually world build while I'm writing. But in this case, I am writing down my ideas before I begin the actual work. And I'm doing this because a deity in my pantheon came to me and asked me what I want to do with a certain project that I have been working on for, I don't know, a lot of years. Under various names. It kind of solidified into a number of different names, but those names all denote portions of the project, and the project itself is kind of like a terraforming project, but it's terraforming this planet. Because we have the ability to fix our world, if you stop and think about it. Because, I mean, we have the ability, we have the science, I use that term loosely, to terraform another world, say Mars, into a livable planet for humans. So the science and the technology is already, at least down on paper. In some cases, it's been built. We have those abilities. So there's nothing that is stopping us, really, from being able to terraform this planet back into a livable paradise that it currently is not. So there's that. And I've lost my train of thought. Portals. I was talking about portals. Then I went off the path. Anyway, so imagine what you could do with your own imagination. Imagine what you could do with your imagination. Imagine a world that is your paradise. What would you have in it? What differences would there be between the world of now and the world that you consider a paradise? Your utopia. I have a number of ideas myself. I'm not sure that they would be well received, and I'm not going to go into them right now because I don't need to be shadow banned from YouTube too. However, if you follow me on Facebook, you begin to get an idea of what the utopia that I'm considering might include. And if you follow me on Tumblr, you get a better idea. So I'm realizing that I need to put more of an effort into putting out the content that's in my head. These videos are fun for me because I finally get to speak my mind, which is through the other social medias and ones that are not typically looked at when one is thinking about social media. Like Tumblr. I mean, Tumblr went through a number of changes over the years. Went through a period of was basically censorship. And even the people who run Tumblr, if the notices that I've been getting recently are anything to say, they realize that Tumblr is a bit of a hell site. That's their word for it. But it's a social media site that has a lot of potential. And while it can serve many adult media outlets, it can also serve creative outlets. It can help creators. There's a number of Tumblrs that I follow, a number of blogs that deal with writing and character creation, how to get past writer's block, which is something I always run into. Of course, the best quote for writer's block is when your imaginary friends stop talking to you. That's not a problem I run into, as Monday's video should tell you. There's always somebody who wants to say something. May not make a lot of sense, but they do say something. So, and now I have to watch this video after I post it and write down the points that I've forgotten so I could put that in Friday's video. So there's that. You did. Anyway, imagine your utopia and write to me. Make a comment in this video and tell me what your utopia would hold, what it would consist of. And if you don't want to make a comment here, then find me on Facebook. I respond to pretty much everybody who says something to me, either in Facebook or on Messenger. My Messenger is always open. And if a message comes through while I'm sleeping, I will respond to it when I awaken. I'm a very connected person to my fans, to the people who speak to me. I'm one of the few people who try to respond to messages, even text messages, as quickly as possible, and sometimes apologize for not responding quickly enough. So I'm reachable, as the girls I follow on YouTube have found, because I watch their videos and I usually leave a comment, and if they respond, I respond back if it warrants it. But and these girls are something you really need to watch. Haley and Kendra. They're a lesbian couple, married. And they are letting us into their lives. They travel constantly. They're special. They're very. It's for and the way I responded to yesterday's video from them is they're a spark of light in a lonely old man's life, and so give them a look and subscribe to me if this is your first time here. There's more to come, more to imagine, more to um, connect. My favorite line: connect the dots. Those are my two favorite lines: connect the dots and imagine that. So imagine. Let your imagination run. See what you can come up with. Don't have to write it down, or you can. But imagine. Open your mind. See what comes. And we'll see you soon.